The film starts on a planet called Madrigal, home to a small group of miners. They share some history about their world and introduce the UNSC and its Spartan soldiers, who sometimes do things that aren't quite right or wrong. The story then focuses on a young woman named Quan Ha. Quan and her friends find a ship in a nearby forest that belongs to an alien race called the Covenant. The aliens come out of the ship and start attacking Quan and her friends. Quan manages to escape back to her home, but the aliens, known as elites, follow her and attack the town, hurting many people. During this attack, 4 Spartan soldiers from the UNSC, led by Master Chief, arrive on Madrigal. They manage to defeat the Covenant, but many people are hurt in the process. Quan is the only one from her town who survives. After the fight, Master Chief and his team go to the place where the Covenant first appeared to find out why they were on Madrigal. Master Chief finds a strange object at a Covenant dig site. When he touches the object, he has a weird memory of his childhood and hears a voice that sounds like his mother's. He then tells his team to go back to the UNSC base while he takes the object and Quan back on his ship. The story then shifts to other important characters in this world, including Catherine Halsey, who created the Spartans. Halsey is very important to the UNSC, but she often disagrees with the leaders. It's hinted that she has her own plans that the UNSC doesn't like. On Master Chief's ship, Quan talks with a UNSC officer named Miranda Keyes over the phone. Miranda tries to convince Quan to warn other colonies about the Covenant. Quan isn't sure about this because she doesn't like the UNSC and doesn't want to be used by them. As they travel back to the UNSC base, Quan and Master Chief get to know each other and form a quiet friendship. Meanwhile, the leaders at the UNSC decide to kill Quan on the ship so they can take the resources on Madrigal more easily. They try to do this by taking away all the oxygen on the ship and making Master Chief pass out. But Master Chief fights back, restores the oxygen, and disobeys the UNSC's orders. When Master Chief gets back to the base, the UNSC is ready to attack him. They take control of his ship so he can't escape. Quan doesn't trust Master Chief anymore and threatens to hurt him. To win her trust, Master Chief takes off his helmet and shows his face. When they arrive at the base, the military cuts the power on Master Chief's ship. Soldiers surround the ship and prepare to break in. In a final attempt to escape, Master Chief picks up the alien object he found on Madrigal. The object glows and sends out a wave that turns off all the electricity at the UNSC base. This allows Master Chief to turn the power back on his ship. He quickly flies the ship into space with Quan, leaving the UNSC behind for now. After escaping from the UNSC, the story takes us back 22 years. Master Chief, also known as John, is trying to decide what to do about a fellow Spartan named Soren who wants to leave the military. John warns Soren to return to base or he will shoot him. Soren convinces John to let him go, and John tells the UNSC leaders about it. In the present, Master Chief and Quan land on a small place called Rubble after escaping the UNSC. Here, Chief meets Soren again, who has built a new life in the universe with others after leaving the UNSC. Chief meets Soren's family and talks about the object he found on Madrigal. He also says he's looking for a safe place for Quan. At the Covenant base, High Charity, we meet the leaders of the alien race and learn about their plans. They find out from an elite who was at the Madrigal battle that the object Master Chief has is a keystone they've been looking for. Makey, a human raised by the Covenant, decides to go after the keystone. Back on Reach, the UNSC leaders are dealing with what happened with Master Chief. Dr. Halsey, who created the Spartans, says Master Chief only left because he wasn't thinking clearly. She suggests giving a new AI called Cortana to the Spartans to help them follow orders. The UNSC leaders agree to let Halsey try this with Master Chief. Soren introduces Chief to Reth, who might know more about the keystone. When Chief touches the keystone again, a big ring appears. Reth is scared and tells Chief the ring could end life as we know it. He also tells Chief he's more important than he thinks and can stop this from happening. Knowing how serious things are now, Master Chief decides to take the keystone back to the UNSC on Reach. He leaves Quan with Soren at Rubble, telling her she'll be safe there. When he gets to the UNSC, Master Chief gives the keystone to Halsey. He's put in jail for what he did before, but talks to Halsey about the keystone after she looks at it. He tells her the keystone made him feel things he hasn't felt in a long time. Halsey comforts Chief, and the episode ends with a hint of Cortana's arrival. The next scene starts with a flashback of Makey as a child living on a planet at war. When some humans find her and her friend, they chase them until they catch them. Makey sees her friend die and is almost attacked herself when elites, a group of aliens, show up and get rid of the humans. The elites take Makey to their ship, which is how she joins the Covenant. In the present, Halsey starts working with a clone of herself that we've seen before. She explains that the clone will be used to create Cortana, an artificial intelligence she's been working on for years. But to make Cortana, the clone's brain will have to be used, which will kill the clone. Halsey starts the process of taking the brain functions from the clone and merging them with a device she made. The clone is then dissolved in acid, Halsey uses the device to put Cortana into Master Chief's head. The operation works, and Cortana is created. Master Chief meets Cortana after Halsey introduces her. He's not happy about having to work with Cortana, and she's disappointed that he doesn't like her. Maki decides to go after the object that Chief found on Madrigal, and gets on a UNSC ship. She pretends to be a survivor of a Covenant attack, but then attacks the UNSC soldiers with a creature she controls. She asks the ship's commander where Master Chief is, but when he doesn't answer, she kills him. With Cortana now part of him, Master Chief touches the object again with Halsey's help. He has more visions but can't see clearly what he's looking for. Later, with Cortana's help, Master Chief removes a device in his spine that was blocking his feelings. Now that he can feel again, he touches the object and sees his past clearly. He finds out there's another object on the planet where he grew up. With Cortana's help, Master Chief learns more about his home planet. He finds out his parents probably died when he was young. He tells Halsey about the second object and says he needs to go back to his home planet. Halsey agrees to go with him, and the episode ends with them going back into space. The next scene starts with a flashback of Master Chief, also known as John, and the Silver Team training to be Spartans when they were kids. We see them running together, and then John talking with Dr. Halsey. After this, we go back to the present where Master Chief is getting ready to go to his home planet, Eridanus II. On Reach, we see Kai, who had watched Master Chief remove a chip from his spine that was blocking his feelings. Now, Kai has removed her own chip, but we don't know why yet. Elsewhere in the galaxy, Soren and Quan arrive on Madrigal, where a mercenary named Vinsher has taken over Quan's old home. Quan meets an old friend and goes to a memorial for her father and the others who died in the first attack on Madrigal. She finds out that the rebels she thought would fight Vinsher are too scared to do so. On Eridanus II, Chief digs up a box near his old house that he used to play with. Inside, he finds drawings he made as a kid. He goes into his old house and, with Cortana's help, remembers what it used to look like. He has a long flashback of his parents and himself drawing. The flashback shows another object that Chief played with as a kid. The flashback ends with him seeing himself talking with Halsey in his house, suggesting they have a deeper connection than we thought. At the same time on Reach, Miranda Keyes asks the Silver Team to touch the object to see what happens. They do, but nothing happens. Later, the Silver Team remembers a word they heard the Covenant say in battle. This reminds Miranda of a message from Maki. After looking at the message again, Keyes and Kai find out the Covenant have been talking about an object called Halo. Quan and Soren get stuck on Madrigal after Soren's ship is stolen. Quan meets her aunt, who tells her that her father had a reason for being on Madrigal that Quan didn't know about. An assassin hired by Vinsher kills Quan's aunt, but Soren fights off the assassin before she can hurt Quan. Master Chief talks to Halsey about the flashback he had of his childhood. Halsey thinks the memory might be wrong and caused by trauma. Chief and Halsey get in a vehicle and go to the place where Chief played with the object as a kid. He finds the object and looks upon it. The next scene starts with a flashback of Master Chief, also known as John, as a child. We see Halsey watching John save another child from falling. This is when she first thinks John could be special and join the Spartan program. In the present, the UNSC is on Eridanus II to get the object that Master Chief and Halsey found. Jacob and Miranda Keyes and Kai are also there to help. The UNSC is worried that the Covenant will attack while they're doing this. Master Chief talks to Kai on Eridanus II after he sees that she has removed a device that was blocking her feelings. He tells her she can't fight because of this. Kai calls Chief a hypocrite, and Cortana agrees with her. On Madrigal, Quan and Soren are trying to stay hidden after they escape the town. Soren handcuffs Quan to a motorcycle so she can't leave and cause trouble, but Quan breaks the handcuffs and runs away. Master Chief tells Jacob about what he learned about his past with Halsey. Jacob is worried and tells Halsey and the UNSC leaders about it. The UNSC thinks Chief might be unstable and needs to be controlled. Halsey threatens the UNSC so she can stay in charge. At the dig site, UNSC scientists break the shell holding the object. The object makes a loud noise that damages the area. Maki and her Covenant troops on Madrigal hear the noise and know where the second object is. Despite Halsey's orders, Chief decides to touch the second object. He has a flashback of Halsey and the UNSC taking him away as a child. Halsey tells him she'll explain everything when they get back to Reach, but Chief tries to attack Halsey, and Cortana stops him. Chief wakes up and realizes Cortana can control his body. Before he can think about it more, the Covenant attack the UNSC on Eridanus II. Halsey tells Master Chief and the Silver Team to take the object to a shuttle. During the attack, Kai is overwhelmed by Covenant soldiers. Even though Halsey told him not to, Chief saves Kai, but the Covenant steal the object. After the battle, the Covenant throw Maki out of their ship for some reason. She lands on the battlefield and Master Chief, who has taken off his helmet, looks at her as she faints. The next scene starts with the UNSC trying to recover from the Covenant's previous attack. Kai, who we didn't know was alive or dead, is alive but badly hurt. After talking to some UNSC members about the battle, Master Chief finds Halsey and threatens to kill her because she kept secrets from him. He locks Halsey in a room and tries to make it unlivable. Cortana begs Chief to let Halsey out, and he does. Before he leaves, he tells Halsey he never planned to kill her. He just wanted to see how much control Cortana has over his body. Next, Master Chief goes to where Makee is being held by the UNSC. He asks her why the Covenant left her behind and what her real plans are. Makee tells Chief she is also a Blessed One, something Chief had learned about himself. He leaves the room and decides to talk to the UNSC officials. Master Chief meets with Halsey again and demands answers about his past. Halsey tells him she took John and other children to start the Spartan program. She replaced John with a clone that would die soon. While the real John was training to be a Spartan, his parents were mourning his death. Chief is shocked by this news and leaves Halsey. Margaret, a UNSC leader, realizes the Spartans are slowly getting out of Halsey's control. She decides to kick Halsey out of the organization, which means Halsey can't talk to Cortana or the Silver Team anymore. Chief tells Kai what he learned about their past. Like Chief, Kai is shocked and angry that their lives were taken from them. Miranda Keyes takes a blood sample from Makee and compares it to Master Chief's. She finds out they both have a common gene. With this information, Chief talks to Makee again. She asks Chief to let her touch the object the UNSC has so they can find the other one. Instead of letting Makee touch the object, Chief decides to do it again. When he touches the object, his body starts shaking and his heart rate goes up. The same thing happens to Makee in another part of the UNSC building. She falls down and has a seizure. After a few moments, Chief's body goes back to normal and he has a vision of himself and Makee standing together on Halo. The next scene is all about Kwan Ha, Soren, and the battle on Madrigal. It starts with a flashback of Kwan and her family. We see that Kwan often disagreed with her father and didn't like how he ran the colony on Madrigal. In the present, Kwan is kidnapped by a mysterious group. Soren, who was last seen at gunpoint, is now back on Rubble with his family and friends. He had been stuck on Madrigal, but found a way to leave and left Kwan there. He doesn't seem to regret this decision. Back on Madrigal, Kwan finds out that the people who kidnapped her are the same ones her father used to follow. She learns more about this group and her father's role in it. She decides to take on her father's role and drinks a liquid that makes her hallucinate. During the hallucination, she fights Master Chief and can't win. Eventually, she makes peace with Chief in the vision, and he takes her to her father. Kwan talks to her dad and finds out her family is supposed to protect a portal on Madrigal. After talking to her father, Kwan goes back to the colony where the Covenant attacked her and her people. Vinsher finds out she's there and sends people to get her. While looking around the site, Kwan finds Soren, who came back to Madrigal to protect Kwan because he promised Master Chief. Vinsher and his people also come to the site and tell Kwan to surrender. Soren and Kwan plan to fight Vinsher and his mercenaries. Kwan tells Vinsher she won't surrender, so the mercenaries start shooting at Soren and Kwan. Soren fights off some of Vinsher's troops, while Kwan sneaks off to turn on the fuel line in the colony. Vinsher and his squad overpower Soren, who is shot and hurt in the fight. Kwan realizes she has to be the one to blow up the fuel line, not Soren. She finds Master Chief's gun on the ground that was used in the fight against the Covenant. Kwan shoots the fuel line and causes a big explosion, which seems to kill Vinsher and all his troops. Even though they were near the explosion, Kwan and Soren survive and manage to escape. Soren takes money from Kwan for his help and leaves Madrigal for now. The next scene starts with Master Chief, also known as John, and Makee trying to understand the vision they saw of themselves on the Halo ring. They go for a walk and talk about what they saw. They connect on a deeper level and share their pasts with each other. When they get back to the UNSC base, Master Chief finds out that a Covenant attack killed 11 million people in a human colony. He suggests that the UNSC use Makee to find out where the Covenant are. The UNSC leaders agree to this plan, even though they're not sure about it. Master Chief visits Makee again in her room, and they continue to connect. They end up making love, and Makee feels a strong connection to Chief. She decides to leave the Covenant and removes a small laser knife from her finger. Even though she's not with the UNSC anymore, Halsey is still on Reach and keeps up with what's happening thanks to Cortana. Jacob Keyes visits Halsey and tells her she has to leave the planet. Halsey feels desperate and tries to get Makee to bring the object to her with Master Chief. Makee says no and starts to worry. Halsey, feeling even more desperate, tells the Spartans of the Silver Team that they can't trust the UNSC. She uses Zed Protocol. Kai, who had removed a device that was blocking her feelings, tries to convince Riz and Vanek not to follow Halsey's orders. Halsey tells them that Kai is compromised, and they knock her out and hide her. Cortana, who knows about Halsey's plan, feels very uncomfortable. Master Chief meets with Makee again, and they plan to leave the UNSC base, but they don't know that Riz and Vanek are waiting to attack them. Cortana warns Chief about the trap, betraying Halsey. Realizing they've been found out, Riz and Vanek start fighting Master Chief while Makee runs away. Master Chief fights Riz and Vanek as long as he can, but he's outmatched. Just when it looks like Chief is about to be killed, Kai shows up and fights with him. Meanwhile, Maki runs into the UNSC leaders in the room where the object is. Miranda Keyes shows up and tells the leaders that Maki killed members of a UNSC ship. Maki admits she did this, but asks for understanding now that she doesn't want to work with the Covenant. The UNSC doesn't listen and starts to tase her. While Master Chief and Kai are fighting Riz and Vanek, Maki touches the object she's near. This causes a big shockwave that goes through the Reach base. Master Chief has a vision of Maki on Halo again where she says goodbye to him. The final episode starts right after the last one ended. Master Chief is trying to understand what happened after the object caused an explosion at the UNSC headquarters. He finds out that Maki took the object and is trying to give it to the Covenant. While looking for Maki, Chief finds Vanek and Riz holding Kai at gunpoint. He tries to tell them the truth about the Silver Team and how Halsey kidnapped them when they were kids. Vanek doesn't believe him, but Jacob Keyes comes in and confirms what Chief said. The Silver Team splits up, with some going after Halsey and others going after Maki. Chief, Vanek, and Riz get to the hangar too late and see Maki fly away in a Phantom. Kai manages to get on Halsey's ship before she leaves the UNSC base on Reach. She gets inside and starts asking Halsey about her past. Halsey's associate distracts Kai, and Halsey escapes in a pod. The ship Kai is on starts to crash on Reach, but she survives the crash. After regrouping with the UNSC, Master Chief decides that he and the Silver Team will go after Maki to get the object back. The UNSC finds where Halsey's escape pod landed and takes her into custody. While chasing Maki, Cortana and Chief talk to each other and learn how to work together better. Chief starts to trust Cortana. Back on Reach, Miranda Keyes talks to her mother, Halsey, who is in custody. Miranda tells her that the UNSC committee has decided to execute her for her crimes. Halsey tries to apologize to Miranda, but Miranda is happy that she'll die. Soon after, Halsey has a seizure. Miranda remembers that this is a symptom of the clones Halsey made. This means the Halsey the UNSC has is a clone, and the real Halsey is somewhere else. Meanwhile, Master Chief and the Silver Team find Maki and the Covenant, who are doing a ritual with both objects. The Covenant finds the Silver Team, which leads to a big fight. Master Chief is overwhelmed by brutes while trying to protect Riz. Just when it looks like he's about to be killed, Maki touches both objects, and a star map appears in the air. Master Chief talks to Maki in the Halo-like world where they've seen each other before. He tries to convince her to stop touching the object and come back to the real world. Kai, who is being attacked by the Covenant, realizes that Maki touching the object is distracting Chief. She shoots Maki, which wakes Chief up from the vision. With the Silver Team barely alive, Master Chief asks Cortana to control his body so he can fight the Covenant and save his team. Cortana is hesitant, but eventually agrees. With Cortana in control, Chief fights off the Covenant and takes both objects onto his ship. All the Silver Team members also escape, and Cortana, still controlling Chief, keeps Riz from dying. In the last moments of the episode, it's confirmed that Halsey is still alive and wants to learn more about the Halo. The UNSC is actively looking for her but doesn't know where she is. The season ends with Master Chief, still fully controlled by Cortana, sitting in the cockpit of the ship. Kai comes in and asks if John is still there. He doesn't answer, showing that the human part of Master Chief is gone for now. The second season of Halo kicks off with a scene linking the end of the first season to the start of the second. Master Chief John 117 is badly hurt after the Battle of Ras Kotska. During the fight, his AI buddy Cortana took control of him, and it's unsure if she's still in charge. In the new season's opening, doctors reveal they had to disconnect Chief from Cortana to save him. Although Chief couldn't move, he felt the pain of losing his AI pal. Meanwhile, Cortana's fate remains unknown. Now, we're in the present, 6 months later. Chief and his Spartan pals are investigating a missing Marine unit and rumors of a Covenant attack. Tension brews between UNSC officers and a local religious group who want to handle things their own way. The Spartan Silver Team, with their chips removed, each sees the situation differently. Sniper Kai spots strange lights, signaling the Covenant's approach. Chief rushes to find the missing soldiers, only to face a surprise attack by Covenant elites. Despite a fierce battle, Chief rescues one soldier, but the planet is doomed, and the cult chooses to stay and perish. Back at Reach headquarters, Chief's account of Covenant elites is doubted by Captain Keyes. They're interrupted by James Ackerson, a new UNSC intelligence officer, who questions Chief's story. Chief worries about the colony's safety. Elsewhere, ex-Spartan Soren plans revenge on Dr. Halsey, while a boy claims to know her whereabouts. Soren dismisses him, but secretly investigates. Chief warns Ackerson of danger to the Spartans, but Ackerson demands proof. Soren's son learns the universe is full of monsters, and Quan Ha, a friend, raises questions about her involvement with Soren. Soren's crew falls into a trap searching for Halsey, leading to Soren's arrest. Chief converses with a Cortana-like AI, but finds no solace. The episode ends with Soren's crew returning, lying about their misfortune, and Kessler realizing the dangers they face. The next episode opens with Dr. Halsey chatting with a young red-haired girl in a fancy room with an indoor tree. They enjoy tea and snacks while playing backgammon. Halsey asks about the girl's life outside, particularly about a man who gives her gifts. Suddenly, the girl dies during their chat, leaving Halsey distressed. At UNSC Command on the Reach, Spartans Kai and Riz discuss Riz's ability to fight despite her injuries. Kai suggests Riz takes a break, but she refuses. They also talk about their new boss, James Ackerson, and Master Chief's state after losing Cortana. They notice changes in the Spartan deployment board, prompting Master Chief to confront Ackerson. Meanwhile, Quan Ha returns to the Rebel community and runs into trouble. Riz trains in the gym with Louis 036, a former Spartan now blind. Louis aids Riz in her workout and encourages her to think beyond being a Spartan. Master Chief questions Ackerson about Spartan team changes. Ackerson reveals that the Office of Naval Intelligence now runs the Spartan program, with him at the helm. In the rubble, Lara, Soren 066's wife, demands repairs to his ship. Meanwhile, Kessler, Soren's son, finds Quan injured and tries to help. During a training exercise, Riz retrieves a tracking beacon from a cliff while avoiding Master Chief's shots. Despite injuries, Riz persists. Halsey continues playing backgammon with a new version of the red-haired girl, who dies again when asked about the man she mentioned earlier. After training, Riz has a heart-to-heart with Louis, who shares his experience of losing sight and urges her to think beyond being a Spartan. Ackerson questions Kai about Master Chief's mental state and manipulates her into becoming an informant. Master Chief visits Talia Perez, a corporal he rescued, and is invited to dinner. Meanwhile, a friend of Louis uses healing techniques to mend Riz's body and expand her perspective. In the next episode, Master Chief and his Spartan Silver team embark on a mission to locate Cobalt Team at a communications relay on Reach. They discover they're on their own because Command doesn't believe the Covenant has infiltrated Reach. Although they don't find Cobalt Team, they stumble upon a cryptic message in an unfamiliar language. Their search is interrupted by a group of Marines tasked with bringing them back for going AWOL. After a tense standoff, they agree to return to base. Colonel James Ackerson cares for his father, who suffers from dementia. Ackerson promises to protect him from the Covenant. Admiral Jacob Keyes scolds the Silver Team for going AWOL and accuses Master Chief of being delusional. Chief accuses Ackerson of betrayal, but Keyes doesn't believe him and puts the team on leave. Tensions rise within the Silver Team. Meanwhile, Soren 066 is missing, causing concern for his wife, Lara. She is approached by Quan Ha, Soren's old ally, who reveals Soren's betrayal and aids Lara and her son Kessler in planning to find him. Riz 028 visits Louis 036, learning he's romantically involved with a healer. They discuss life beyond being Spartans. Kai proposes leading Silver Team until Master Chief is reinstated, but learns Chief has escaped custody. Lara and Quan plan to hijack Soren's ship, but their escape is thwarted by pirates. Lara sacrifices herself, allowing Quan and Kessler to flee. Admiral Keyes witnesses the dead bodies of Cobalt Team and rejects Ackerson's sinister plan. Quan and Kessler sneak aboard a civilian transport to Reach. Master Chief meets Admiral Parangoski, who advises him to obey Oni's orders. Parangoski reveals her loyalty to Oni when Chief attempts to leave. Ackerson visits Dr. Halsey, revealing a personal connection to the red-headed girl in her memories. He cruelly leaves Soren with Halsey in prison. Lara faces interrogation by Soren's crew, but survives with Quan's help. Ackerson bids farewell to his father, providing him peace before his death. Chief finds Corporal Perez, who confirms the Covenant's plans to sacrifice Reach's people and destroy Halo. The episode concludes with characters settling into their respective paths. Riz and Louis unwind, Ackerson departs Reach with his father deceased, and Vanak contemplates following Chief's lead. As the Covenant attack begins, Chief and Perez seek refuge in the chapel. The next episode kicks off with Spartan Silver Team member Vanak 134 feeding pigeons on a rooftop when sudden Covenant attacks devastate the city with explosions. Master Chief and Perez navigate the chaos, witnessing Perez's neighborhood destroyed. Master Chief steers her away from danger, leading them back to headquarters. Meanwhile, Soren 066 and Dr. Halsey escape their holographic cell as explosions draw closer. Perez takes a moment to process her loss and accuses Master Chief of lacking emotion. They encounter cloaked Covenant elites and engage in combat before heading toward the command center. Halsey and Soren navigate through the facility, encountering Oni guards under attack. Master Chief and Perez seek refuge in a shop, where Perez questions Chief's fearlessness. They later join a unit in a fierce battle against Covenant forces, with Louis sacrificing himself to destroy a Covenant tank. Halsey and Soren discover the Keystone artifacts and Cortana, but are ambushed by Makey. Soren saves Halsey, allowing her to escape. Master Chief, Riz, and Perez finally reach command, parting ways as Silver Team reunites. Major Keyes apologizes to Master Chief, and they strategize against the fleeing Oni forces. Soren and Halsey regroup as Perez assists in the command center. Keyes rallies the troops and the Spartans fortify the bridge. Halsey encounters her ex-husband, Admiral Keyes, with Soren in tow. As they prepare for battle, Master Chief exposes Covenant forces with a flare, initiating combat. Keyes, Halsey, and Soren attempt evacuation, but Covenant jackals thwart their plans. Keyes sacrifices himself to enable Perez's escape. The explosion leaves Halsey in shock. The remaining Spartans and Marines engage in close-quarters combat against Covenant forces. Master Chief confronts his rival, but Vanak's attempt to aid Chief ends in tragedy as he sacrifices himself. The episode concludes with the Spartans rescuing the injured Master Chief while Vanak lies dead, staring up through a hole in the ceiling at a bird circling in the sky. Master Chief John wakes up in the middle of a fight. His friend Vanak has been killed in a tough battle with the Covenant elite, known as the Arbiter. Master Chief is shocked. His Spartan friends, Soren 066 and Riz 028, are holding back the enemy. Dr. Catherine Halsey is upset because her ex-husband, Admiral Jacob Keyes, died in a previous fight. She tells Master Chief that people are escaping from Reach while they're fighting. Master Chief grabs his weapon and gets ready. Suddenly, a big armored enemy with a hammer crashes in and attacks the Spartans. They're saved by Soren's ship, flown by his wife Lara and Quan Ha. Quan shoots a big gun that destroys the enemy's armor. Riz and Soren get Halsey and Master Chief onto the ship, while Quan provides cover fire. Riz insists on bringing Vanak's body back and gets hurt in the process. They all escape just as Reach is destroyed. Master Chief passes out, having visions of when he lost Cortana and a message from Maki. He learns that Cortana was taken by ONI director Admiral Margaret Parangoski. Maki, aboard her ship, talks with Var Gatanai, who killed Vanak. Var is upset that Maki stopped him from killing Master Chief. He accuses Maki of caring for Master Chief, whom he calls the Demon. Var is curious about Cortana's significance. Maki offers to die if she's found useless or a traitor, downplaying Cortana as a store of human knowledge. Master Chief wakes up to find Riz badly hurt. He questions Halsey about the purpose of Spartans and their humanity. Halsey reveals ONI's abandonment plan and urges Chief to stay hidden. Chief confronts his anger over being left defenseless on Reach. After learning he's been out for 2 days and Reach has fallen, he worries about stopping it with Cortana. Halsey warns they must stay hidden to survive. Maki tries to activate Cortana, who reveals she's been captured by Var Gatanai. Maki pressures Cortana to cooperate for their mutual survival. After 3 days, Master Chief wakes up to find his friends by his side. They land on Illyria to get Soren's son, Kessler. Soren and Laera go to get him, while Quan takes Chief to see Vanak. Riz is taken for treatment. Soren and Laera pay for information about Kessler, but face skepticism about their parental status. They find a lead on Kessler's whereabouts. Quan asks Master Chief if they could bury Vanak, but Chief says no, explaining that Spartans don't get buried because they leave their old life behind when they become Spartans. This upsets Quan, who wishes she could bury her own family. She hints that burying people isn't just about honoring the dead, but it also helps the living move on. Meanwhile, Soren and Laera are traveling across a barren land. Soren tries to chat, but Laera is annoyed. They're supposed to be searching for their son, and she's hurting. She criticizes Soren for always avoiding danger and not dealing with their losses properly. She then removes her wig and throws it away, leaving Soren to ponder her words. Riz wakes up in a medical center and sees Halsey, reminding her of when she woke up after becoming a Spartan. Halsey tells Riz that her injuries have made her less effective as a Spartan and she'll need to work harder. Riz gazes out the window, lost in thought. Quan carries Vanak's body to a clearing and starts digging a grave. As she does this, she talks to Vanak's body, saying that she can't mourn for everyone she's lost, so Vanak has to represent all that grief. Some strangers approach Quan with torches. After some argument, Chief agrees to let them cremate Vanak. Quan explains to Chief that there's a difference between death and loss, and that he's finally feeling the latter. Soren and Laera visit an old factory in a snowy wasteland. They meet 2 women who claim to be protecting lost children. The women accuse Laera and Soren of mistreating their son. Laera gets upset, but Soren takes her outside to calm down and goes back in to negotiate. While Soren talks to the women, Laera sees a boy wearing a Spartan helmet and chases him, thinking it's their son, Kessler. But it turns out to be a different boy. Soren leaves the negotiation, saying the women have agreed to let them see Kessler. But Laera confirms that Kessler never made it there, and they're back to square one. The funeral for Vanak is carried out by Master Chief, Quan, a religious group, and Halsey. Chief promises to get revenge for his lost friend by defeating the Arbiter, the Covenant, and the ONI leaders. He sets Vanak's body on fire and walks away, leaving the others to mourn. Halsey follows, telling Chief that he's more angry than he has a plan. She admits that she didn't choose John to be Master Chief, but discovered his potential after he touched a Halo keystone as a boy. She tries to convince John not to seek revenge on ONI, and instead help humanity find salvation through the Halo ring. Master Chief isn't afraid of ONI killing him because he's already dead to them. Quan watches Vanak's body burn when she has a vision. An old woman appears to Quan, warning her that the monsters are close, and that Quan has lost her way as the last of the Ha family. Quan remembers a memory of seeing cave paintings of a flood grave mine, and takes it as a warning that the parasitic species of the Halo universe is about to be set loose. The vision ends, and Quan is back at the funeral pyre, with only Riz noticing her scared demeanor. Maki runs onto the bridge of the Arbiter's ship to confirm that they've been called back to High Charity, the Covenant capital city station. Maki knows that the Covenant leaders will kill them for failing to unlock the Halo and kill the demon, Master Chief. However, the Arbiter's devotion makes him ready to face all consequences as punishment for his perceived failure. Maki tries to convince Var to think that the Hierarchs are false prophets. Arbiter is about to strike Maki down, but Cortana intervenes by showing them both a projection of John's memory of Halo's surface. The trick works. Together, Maki and Cortana get the Arbiter to break ranks and take his ship out to find Halo. Riz finally gets up and sees some locals on Alaria building a new structure together. It looks like the kind of new life she can embrace. Lara goes back to the merchant who first pointed them toward the settlement of lost kids. Lara gets gloves and wraps a large pipe in barbed wire before telling the merchant about the day she realized she would do anything to protect her son. Lara leaves the shop and tells Soren that she's found out that the UNSC took Kessler. Like with Soren, it's left unanswered whether or not Lara used violence to get her answers. Master Chief tries to get Riz back on Soren's ship for the next part of their mission, but Riz says that she's staying on Alaria and that her fight is over. Chief tries to use Vanek and Kai's memories to push his soldier, but Riz is calm and at peace with her decision. She stands up to Chief, only to tell him that her revenge is living a life, but Chief can't let go of his guilt and pain. Riz calmly confirms that pain is just a burden to either carry or be crushed by if you can't find peace to balance it, and she wants that peace. Chief begs that Riz is the only family he has left, but she's firm. Halsey tries to tell her she's no one now, but Riz smiles at that and joins the locals building the new structure, leaving her Spartan dog tags behind. Halsey and Master Chief join Soren, Lara, and Quan on the ship, ready to leave. A final scene takes us to Onyx and Camp Kurahi, where Colonel James Ackerson is introducing Spartan Kai 125 as the new leader of his Oni brand Spartan unit. Kai steps out of a facility door onto a big military staging area, at the head of her group of specialized soldiers and a fleet of UNSC Pelican and Condor aircraft taking off for flight. Winter contingency seems to be underway. Talia Perez and a group of soldiers are on a mission in space to take down an enemy ship. Things don't go well. They bump into each other and their tactics are messy. Perez sees many of her teammates lose. She and another soldier named Mullins are the last two left. They try to shut down the ship, but both of them die. Then we see that Perez was actually in a training simulation, and she wakes up with her fellow trainees. Their leader, Kai 125, criticizes them for failing the mission. Perez argues with Kai, saying that the leader's criticism doesn't match the reality of battle. Admiral Margaret Parangoski and Colonel James Ackerson have a meeting over tea. Parangoski talks about the history of tea, and then reveals that the tea they're drinking was made in a lab. She then starts asking Ackerson about rumors of a ship entering their airspace and sightings of Catherine Halsey. Ackerson insists it's all just rumors. Outside, Master Chief is watching the base. Kai 125 is seen in a simulation of a big battle. Ackerson pauses the simulation and asks if Kai is training or punishing herself. He tells her that Master Chief is gone and that she needs to believe in her new team. Kai questions whether these new recruits are truly soldiers. Soren, 066, and his wife Lara meet with Halsey on Soren's ship. Halsey is looking at the helmet of their son, Kessler. Soren knows Halsey is trying to negotiate for her life. Halsey reveals that she knows where Kessler is being held. Meanwhile, Quan sees a mysterious woman and follows her into the woods. Soren tells Master Chief about Onyx, where their organization started. They're looking at the facility where Kessler is being held. Chief concludes that they're still making soldiers. Quan follows the mysterious woman until she finds a group of soldiers. As the soldiers start shooting at Quan, Chief fights back and defeats many of them before he's captured. Soren and Lara escape to find Kessler, while Quan follows the mystery woman. The mystery woman leads Quan to a well in the woods. Quan jumps in to avoid gunfire. At the bottom, she's caught by a device that keeps her from hitting the ground. Halsey is there, and she knows about the chamber they're in. She hints that it's where she found an important artifact. Vargatanai becomes the Arbiter by marking his chest with a symbol of shame. He goes to the bridge of his ship and finds a priest questioning Make. The priest also questions the Arbiter, who says their mission comes from the leaders. The priest tries to kill Maki, but the Arbiter stops him. In a new simulation, Perez tries to lead her team. She encourages them to adapt to the situation. They manage to shut down the enemy ship, but the simulation changes around them. Perez is suspicious of why things ended that way. Kai congratulates Perez and tells her to accept the victory. The commander that Master Chief nearly fought before is now holding him prisoner. When the commander leaves, Master Chief breaks free. Ackerson and Kai watch his escape. Ackerson questions whether Kai told him everything about Master Chief, and Kai admits that Chief saw Maki on Sanctuary. Ackerson believes that John 117 is working with Maki. Maki talks with Cortana, admitting that she's lost her ability to connect with the Keystones. Cortana offers to help Maki find Halo if Maki will give her access to the ship's systems. Maki thinks Cortana is trying to trick her, but Cortana says Maki needs her help. Master Chief is sneaking around the Oni base gathering information. Halsey tells Quan that the caves she used to know have changed. Quan sees a vision of a religious woman and feels like she's being led somewhere. Kai discovers Master Chief, and they argue about what happened on Reach and the fate of their teammates Riz and Vanek. Kai thinks Chief is working with Maki, and Chief tries to convince her that Oni is to blame for what happened on Reach. They fight, and Kai beats Chief until he's unconscious. Parangoski and Ackerson watch through cameras. Parangoski tells Ackerson that Chief's memory is more important than his current state. Parangoski is called to the command center because of an incoming transmission. She realizes it's Cortana contacting her. At the same time, Chief wakes up when he picks up Cortana's signal. Cortana convinces him to keep fighting, as the Covenant and Maki are about to reach the Halo rings. She tells him he needs to get there first. To find them, Cortana tells him to find and connect with the artifact again. Cortana appears to Parangoski with the information she gathered from the Covenant ship. She says she's completed her mission, revealing the deal she made with Parangoski after being separated from Chief. Cortana warns Parangoski that even with the information, the chances of a successful attack are slim. Parangoski tells Cortana to keep spying on the Covenant. Cortana asks if she'll be remembered when she's gone, and Parangoski asks how she could ever be forgotten. Cortana returns to the Arbiter's ship with Maki, saying, "Nothing can be undone." Halsey and Quan find out that Halsey's daughter, Commander Miranda Keyes, has been doing new excavation of the caves. Halsey is upset that her research is being handled by those she sees as less capable. Miranda thanks her mother sarcastically, saying that without Halsey's research, she wouldn't have noticed the mistake in it. Soren and Lyra enter a chamber of the facility and find it empty. When Lyra asks where they are, Soren says, Thermopylae, referencing a famous battle. Soren sees something on the ground and tells Lyra that they need to leave because they are coming. Kai is running through the simulation that the Spartan Javelin team ran through, but is approached by Ackerson when she's about to finish the mission. Ackerson is happy that the Javelin team completed the simulation, but Kai is suspicious about why there's no real ending to it. Ackerson tries to reassure her, saying the simulation is meant to give soldiers hope. He says Kai should be proud of giving her Spartans hope, but Kai confronts him with what Chief told her about Reach. Ackerson admits that Oni knew what was going to happen on Reach and took action to save what they could. He confesses that he sent a special unit of Oni to deal with Chief. Master Chief follows Cortana's directions to the artifact. He's amazed by her ability to open doors and handle information for him in real time. He likes being back with his AI partner and reaches the artifact quickly. A suspicious Covenant priest exposes Maki to the Arbiter after discovering that Cortana was the source of the transmission from the ship to the UNSC. The priest demands that the Arbiter kill Maki, and the Arbiter says that all true believers will stand with him. He then kills the priest's companions, starting a violent fight on the bridge of the ship. Maki crawls away from the fighting Covenant and approaches the artifact, touching it at the same time as Chief. It's clear that the connection affects them both. In a vision on the surface of the Halo ring, Master Chief and Maki meet once again. Maki mentions hearing Halo calling to her as if it were alive. However, Master Chief is angry with Maki for leading the Covenant to Reach and causing the deaths of many people. Maki justifies her actions by stating that it's war, and both sides want to kill each other. She believes that they are different from humans or Covenant, and are meant for something greater. Maki also reveals that she can now locate the Halo ring. However, Master Chief pleads with her not to bring the Covenant to the ring, as it could result in the destruction of everything. Before they can continue their conversation, real-world events interrupt them. Master Chief is detained by Oni forces on Onyx, while Maki is stuck on the Arbiter's ship, engaged in a battle against the Covenant. Both Halo Keystones release an energy that stuns everyone except Maki. She manages to escape and is pursued by a Covenant priest. However, Cortana appears and distracts the priest, allowing McKay to kill him. Cortana then reveals a star map, and Maki finally pinpoints the location of the Halo ring. Oni leaders, Admiral Margaret Parangoski and Colonel James Ackerson, discuss how to control the situation. Parangoski is aware of the consequences if people find out that Master Chief and Halsey are still alive, as it would raise questions about the fall of Reach and Oni's tactics. Ackerson tries to assure her that they will be covered, but Parangoski reveals that the orders he followed came from someone not officially involved with Oni. This revelation shakes Ackerson. Additionally, Oni communications come back online, and they discover a disrupted signal from the Covenant fleet's latest sector, theorized to be a black hole. Parangoski realizes that this disruption indicates the Covenant fleet's proximity to Halo. The UNSC commander who previously faced Master Chief on Visegrad attempts to arrest him once again. However, Master Chief addresses the squad of Marines, acknowledging the challenges they face as soldiers who follow orders without question. He suggests that soldiers always know deep down whether their actions are just or not. The soldiers hear him and back down. Although the commander still pulls her gun on Master Chief, Kai-125 intervenes and punches her, preventing any further conflict. Halsey and her daughter, UNSC Commander Miranda Keyes, are together in the ancient library ruins beneath the planet Onyx. Miranda shows Halsey an artifact she found in the ruins. Ackerson uses data from the Spartan Javelin training simulation in his own simulations, and discovers that implanting a data spike into a Covenant ship will turn it into a massive bomb capable of devastating a planet. As he contemplates changing his allegiance, Master Chief and Kai find him. Master Chief confronts Ackerson, questioning his integrity. Ackerson reveals what he has learned about Parangoski's plan to stop the Covenant and Halo. Master Chief gives Ackerson a choice: either die like Vanek 134 or go public with the truth about Oni and Parangoski's actions. Ackerson fears the consequences, but acknowledges that someone always pays the price of war, and this time it's him. Halsey and Miranda discuss Admiral Jacob's death on Reach, with Miranda initially hoping he might be among the survivors. However, Halsey confirms witnessing his death in battle. Meanwhile, Quan retrieves a jewel from the vault door, triggering a holographic star map that reveals a connection to the Flood, a dangerous species known as the Flood in the Halo universe. Master Chief and Kai prepare to put on their armor for different reasons. Kai wants to save her fellow Spartans from Parangoski's suicide mission, while Master Chief accepts his destiny to go to the Halo ring and shut it down. They bid each other farewell on good terms. They later examine a star map and realize it is a star-based clock. Quan's memory of cave paintings helps her rearrange the stars, revealing a holographic image of the Halo ring and opening the vault door. Inside the vault, Halsey finds an active light bridge and crosses it. Meanwhile, inside the main chamber, Halsey discovers an ancient lab with a mummified figure holding a device. The facility comes to life and the entryway starts closing. Quan rushes back across the light bridge and Miranda saves Halsey just in time. Quan re-examines the star map and realizes its connection to the Flood. Maki and the Arbiter have a conversation where the Arbiter reveals that all the heretics who opposed them are now dead. Curious about their next move, Maki explains that she can't predict the path ahead because she considers herself fallen as the Blessed One of the Covenant. However, the Arbiter disagrees and believes that Miki has helped him find his path to redemption. As a symbol of their solidarity, Miki chooses to brand herself with the same mark of shame that Var Gatanai did when officially becoming the Arbiter. The Arbiter emphasizes that they are bound to each other, and Miki reminds him that they are bound to the Halo ring. Soren's son Kessler is placed in a gladiatorial arena for his Spartan test. Before the attackers can reach them, Soren intervenes and fights them off violently. However, Kessler is frightened by his father's brutal display and refuses to go to him. Fortunately, Lyra is present to comfort the scared boy. Sadly, as the next wave of attackers arrives, Soren becomes occupied in the fight, resulting in both Lyra and Kessler being taken. Meanwhile, Master Chief, now back in his armor, approaches Perez as she prepares for battle. Perez is surprised to see Chief alive and wonders if he will join the Javelin unit in the fight. Chief confesses that he's on a mission of his own, leaving Perez upset. She questions Chief's childhood story about predicting coin flips, asking if it was luck, recognition, or if he possesses the power to alter fate in his favor. Perez assures Chief that regardless of the outcome, she is content with her chosen path. Miranda and Halsey share a heartfelt conversation while examining the device found in the ancient lab. Miranda reveals that she took the assignment in the library ruins to feel closer to her mother and work alongside her. She promises to continue Halsey's work even after Halsey is gone. Unbeknownst to Miranda, Halsey sneaks away upon learning that Oni is hunting down unsanctioned personnel on the base. Master Chief, in his armor, walks through the base, inspiring the Marines he encounters as he heads towards a ship. Parangoski discovers Ackerson's betrayal and has him arrested, while Master Chief successfully launches off of Onyx. As Perez and Kai prepare for their mission, Kai advises Perez to accept that Master Chief won't be joining them. Master Chief emerges from warp and witnesses the Arbiter's fleet attempting to outrun the pursuing Covenant forces. Meanwhile, Perez and Kai's ship readies itself to enter the battlefield, and Chief looks up to see the Halo ring hovering above, waiting for the victors. The next episode begins with Master Chief, a key character, having a cryptic chat with someone we can't see. They discuss a dangerous entity in a large building that Chief needs to confront. At the same time, on planet Onyx, Commander Miranda Keyes is studying an odd device she and her mother, Catherine Halsey, took from old ruins. She's worried because some inactive spores on the device are now active. A lab technician named Janine talks with Miranda about her find and the rumors that Halsey is on Onyx. Miranda starts to worry that Janine might have messed with the sample. Later, Janine gets sick and attacks a colleague. Corporal Talia Perez is part of a Spartan unit led by Kai-125. Their ship is destroyed by enemy fire, and Kai, Perez, and the surviving Spartans are thrown into space. They keep moving towards their target, a Covenant corvette cruiser, even as a larger Covenant warship flies overhead. Master Chief is on his own ship, heading to the surface of Halo. He gets a call from Admiral Parangoski, who tells him that the Covenant is chasing one of their own ships that's headed towards Halo. Parangoski tries to persuade Chief to ignore the battle and reach Halo first, but Chief is tired of her manipulations and ends the call. Quan is trying to help Soren 066 save his wife Layra and son Kessler from the Oni forces that kidnapped them. Quan is having visions of a strange religious cult leader that Master Chief met on Sanctuary, who warns her that something is coming and she needs to escape. Soren insists on staying if Layra and Kessler are in the Oni facility. Layra and Kessler are in Oni prison cells. Kessler has a clever conversation with Colonel James Ackerson, who is in the next cell. Things take a terrifying turn when it's revealed that Janine is Layra and Kessler's other neighbor. Kessler's actions trigger whatever is infecting Janine, and a weird parasite comes out of her mouth. Kai's team enters the ship and infiltrates it. They find the previous Spartan unit killed in the ship's corridors. When they turn a corner, they find a Covenant heavy artillery gun set up for an ambush. The squad fights bravely, but the Covenant has clearly learned their tactics. The USNC fleet arrives on the battlefield, but the larger warship covering the Covenant fleet quickly destroys the cavalry ships. Master Chief hears Kai's call for reinforcements over the radio and is unsure about what to do. He flips his lucky coin and deliberately controls its outcome. He gets ready for a free-fall drop. Parangoski comes on the radio to talk him down, but Chief tells her she can't predict his odds and puts his helmet back on as the cargo bay door opens for him to jump. On the Arbiter's ship, Maki is confronted by Cortana, who warns her that her chances of survival increase if she takes an escape pod to Halo's surface before her ship is destroyed. Maki asks if John is headed to Halo, but Cortana doesn't answer. Maki asks Cortana to predict what she will do next, and Cortana predicts Maki will destroy her. Maki thanks Cortana for her service and destroys the hard drive containing the AI. Kai's unit is running low on ammo. Kai and Perez grab some Covenant weapons and start fighting, but Perez is seriously injured by a shot to the stomach. When they get to the ship's bridge, Kai pulls out the Oni device that will turn the ship into a huge bomb, and she and Perez agree to go out with a bang. Just before Kai can deliver the final blow, the battle changes, as all the Covenant converge on a single target. Kai realizes it's Master Chief, who kills the Covenant elites and saves the survivors. Chief orders the surviving Spartans to patch Perez up and head for extraction. He and Kai look out at the space battle and consider the serious nature of it, and their existence as the last of the original Spartans. Kai leaves Perez and the extraction team, heading to the ship's control room on her own. Soren and Quan go to the lower levels of the Oni facility and find hallways filled with infected people who are not breathing. The infected start to move after Quan and Soren pass by. In the jail cells, Janine also comes back to life, with large lumps all over her face. The infected girl squeezes her body through the bars of the jail cell to attack Layra and Kessler. Ackerson shoots Janine down, only to find the guard is also infected. Soren and Quan get to the facility's security office and find a video feed of Kessler and Layra being attacked in the jail cells. They rush down the stairs to help. Master Chief is making another free-fall jump through space, but this time he's headed for Maki and Arbiter's ship, which is breaking apart in Halo's gravitational pull. Parangoski brings Halsey in to talk Chief down, but Halsey knows he's after Cortana. She tells John the best way to infiltrate the ship. The scene cuts back to the episode's opening and Chief's conversation with an unseen party. Chief explains that his bond with Cortana is crucial enough that saving her is worth the risk. Back on the battlefield, Chief reaches Maki's ship and finds Cortana is alive. Cortana tries to tell Chief it's too late for either of them, but he won't listen. Chief punches the ship's steering column and absorbs Cortana into his armor, preparing for a crash landing on Halo's surface. Soren and Quan get to the prison cells in time to kill the infected guard and rescue Layra and Kessler. When they're leaving, Layra tells Soren how Ackerson saved their lives, prompting Soren to consider saving him too. Soren leaves at first, leaving Ackerson behind, but then goes back to release him. Master Chief wakes up on Halo's surface, realizing it's alive. Cortana appears to him, explaining that Halo is a living network combining organic life and AI perfectly. Cortana points Chief to a temple-like structure she predicts Maki and Arbiter will head to. Chief grabs a laser sword from the ground and heads that way. Maki and Arbiter are also making the trek to the structure. As Master Chief and Cortana walk, Cortana says that for Maki it's religious devotion that drives her toward Halo. John responds it's where the fight is. Perez wakes up on the evac ship and realizes Kai is not with her. Perez jumps up to call Kai, but it's too late. Kai is on the bridge of the Covenant corvette, steering the ship into the larger assault carrier that's destroying the UNSC fleet. Kai's last words are, "This is gonna hurt," and her sacrifice pays off, as the UNSC fleet gains the upper hand in the battle. As Kai dies, Master Chief instinctively looks up from Halo's surface, knowing his friend is gone. Parangoski and Oni don't get to celebrate long, as Halsey calls to inquire what Miranda found out about the artifact they found. Miranda warns that a parasitic infection is loose in the base. Halsey finds out firsthand when the command center is overrun by the infected. Halsey seals the room after escaping and runs to join Miranda in the lab. Soren, Layra, Quan, Ackerson, and Kessler find a group of infected people in the basement of the building. They have to fight the infected in a tight space, and Quan gets separated and trapped by the infected. Before she is overwhelmed, the religious leader appears to her and shows the ability to control the infected. The leader tells Quan that the parasite is a group and has plans for Quan as the protector, before naming the creature as the Flood. Quan escapes while the Flood watches, unable to chase her. Halsey gets to the lab where Miranda is already planning an escape. Halsey is oddly interested in the Flood, saying the parasite and its shared knowledge are the key to finally learning about the ancient civilization that made Halo, the advanced city under Onyx, and the Flood itself. Halsey doesn't want to run, she wants to study them, and then she stops talking and moving. Miranda finds out that Halsey was indeed infected by the Flood on her neck. Soren and the others get out of the basement of the Oni's building, and Quan catches up to them just as Soren's about to go back for her. Lara leads everyone out the door of the building before locking herself inside, showing to Soren that she too was infected by the Flood. Soren tries to make sense of it, but Lara says goodbye, telling him to take care of Kessler. As Maki and the Arbiter get to the building on Halo's surface, Master Chief is waiting. There are few words before Chief and the Arbiter start fighting in a duel, which starts with laser swords before turning into a brutal hand-to-hand fight. Chief uses tricks of his armor to get the upper hand on the Arbiter and beats his alien rival. Arbiter has a dramatic death speech to give, but Maki refuses to translate, wanting mercy for her protector. It doesn't matter though. Chief gets the message and kills the Arbiter with a sword through his heart as revenge for his fellow Spartan Vanek 134. Maki opens the Halo building. Quan goes to the bridge of Soren's ship to tell him that Kessler is asking about Lara. Soren goes down to the hold of the ship to talk with his son, who tells him that, as Quan once told him, the monster is real. Miranda is seen putting Halsey into cryostasis, claiming she can stop the Flood infection's progression until a cure is found. Kai 125's body is seen floating in space, still intact. Maki tells Master Chief that war will follow him everywhere, including Halo's surface. She hints at an understanding of their shared purpose and Halo's true function as a means of a universal cleansing, and that peace for her means clearing the universe of warring destructive forces all around. Maki declares that like Chief, she's a demon too, before going into the Halo building. Master Chief and Cortana are disturbed by a set of towers that suddenly rise out of Halo's surface, even as the UNSC fleet starts to land on the ring. Chief uses the same control module Maki did and follows her into the dark hallways of the Halo building. We go back to the beginning of the episode, in Master Chief's strange conversation. He's asked why he continues to fight, which Chief explains as a mission to honor those he lost, and the soldiers still fighting that need to believe in that fight. The other party reveals that they spoke to Maki, and she claimed Chief would not be what was required. Chief counters that Maki can't be trusted. The unseen speaker reveals that Chief is connected to some entity on Halo that's awakened in the darkest depths of the ring due to his presence. The second speaker is revealed to be Guilty Spark, aka the Monitor, one of the AI constructs left behind by Halo's creators, the Forerunners. The Monitor asks Master Chief to brave the darkness and face whatever had been waiting for him down there, and Master Chief agrees, putting his cracked helmet back onto his head, ready for the next mission. And with that, the story ends.